Tales from the Casino Pit, a podcast where we share stories with people from the casino industry. Now, here's your cast: John, Mike, Danielle, Michelle, Pippa, and Jay.
Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to our podcast, Tales from the Casino Pit. My name is Jay. You can find me on social media at Casino Dealer Jay. Welcome. Please welcome my co-hosts. My first co-host this week is...
Hi, Pippa. Oh, Pippa promotion time.
Yeah, I love how you raised your hand first because you knew that I was going to go to you first before I went to Mike. That's hilarious. How are things?
Great, good. I resigned, and last day of working in a casino was yesterday. And after 30 years in the industry, I'm happy to have left.
I'm free. Congratulations.
No more 12-hour night shifts. It's like that's huge.
Wow. Do you know there's some other places in the world where you don't have to work 12 hours? Maybe you can work another 10 years in the casino if you find one of those places. Who knows? She just smiles.
Congratulations, Pippa.
Thank you.
All right. My other co-host as well. We have...
Hi, it's Mike. Just Mike. That's it.
Just Mike.
That's it.
Just Mike.
How's it going?
Oh, it's very
Happy
nice.
Wednesday.
Very nice to see you, Mike.
Good.
Quick comment. Who else would say hello but our number one fan? Hello, Daryl. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello, sir.
So currently, we are streaming over 3 platforms. We're streaming over Facebook. Hello, everybody on Facebook. And the Casino Industry Canada group. Hello, everybody in the group. Nice to see you. And of course, my beloved YouTube channel, Casino Dealer J. Thank you, everybody. Oh, hello. Hi, Brenda.
Hi.
Rolo. She says, evening, everyone. Evening to you, too. Just a couple things. Before we bring our special guest, thank you, everybody that's jumping on right now. We did have our little party, the party that was on the 17th. Remember, I was hammering you guys every week about this, and we were talking about the Casino Industry Canada get-together with DJ SVO. We actually had this event, and it was pretty cool. We actually had a nice turnout. I'm going to show you some photos of it. We were at the Pearl Showroom. We gave away these really huge cookies that were like poker chips.
I didn't get a cookie.
Oh, really?
Just a
Someone
little
stuffed
angry
2
about
in my bag. So, you know what I did? I ate them.
They looked good.
Yeah, they were delicious. They are awesome. So, we ended up doing some trivia as well, which is kind of, it was last minute. It was really hectic trying to put it all together in the end, but I'm so happy that everyone that it managed to come out made it. It was a pretty fun night. I mean, not for me, but for everybody else, it was pretty good. We ended up taking some photos, so it was really cool to get. We unfortunately couldn't get everybody on, but the next time we do this, we'll definitely get some photos in. So we got a nice photo of like the Tales from the Casino Pit. So yeah, it was nice to see Danny. It was the first time that all of us got to hang out together. So we actually ended up going to our old casino the night before, and then we ended up hanging out for a little bit. Although I was running around all crazy and stuff. So.
Very cool, though.
Yeah,
Oh, it was a good night.
It was. Speaking of good night, I just wanted to say one more thing. Happy birthday, Pippa. Here.
Happy
Still
birthday.
in Canada, it is officially still my birthday. Thank you.
It is.
No problem. See, I had to throw that photo in there. It's nice. That's a nice vest that you got going on there. And what ship was that?
That was Viking Serenade.
Yeah. That was
out
awesome.
of LA. It's nice. But maybe I'll send it to you now. But
okay.
my best friend, this is when I started in Perth at Burswood, and she uploaded this photo. So I've just messaged it to you.
Okay.
And,
oh my. Oh, okay.
So we had the black skirt, black legging shoes, and white shirt with a red vest, red bow tie, and you had to have red nail polish as a dealer. only for the ladies. I don't think
Oh,
men
wow.
could. But and yeah, it was very strict uniform.
Okay, so what? Sorry, what one? Ooh, what one? What one? What ship was this? Was what ship? This was a ship, or was this on land?
No, that was on land.
Oh, okay.
That was like when I was 18. Like,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to like upload it because it's like, holy cow! This is yeah. You look very young in this one.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I was a baby. I was
Yeah.
18.
18.
Yeah.
Working in
And
the
you
casino.
still look young, by the way.
Yes, you do.
Thank you. Well, that's like when I say like I'm 30 years in the casino industry, and I'm like, but I'm not that old. Like, but I've just turned 48, and so my birthday was like September the 28th, but I started my training school on the 2nd of October. So
Yeah.
very young.
Right at 18, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That is a really cool photo, and I almost have it up here. Wow. Okay. Everybody hang tight, and let's get this one up. In the meantime, I do have a quick question for those of you on. This photo, I'm going to put this photo up. Okay. Can someone explain to me why there's two sets of arrows on this elevator? I mean, like, okay, I don't understand the one with the white line. Does that mean like if there's like someone trying to get in, you can just press that button so that you don't have to like have that awkward conversation when they come in? It's like, no, please don't. Please don't come in. And it just automatically closes the door even if they like put their leg in. Or
Yeah, that is really weird.
so anybody on, if you know what those mean.
Well, I've got
I
a
don't know.
good
Service
friend
elevator?
who works he's an elevator technician. So I
Okay.
will send it to him and see if he gets back to me.
Get them on, yeah.
I know, it's such a big
Please
mystery.
explain.
Did you take this?
I was in, because I told you I was in Grand Prairie, right? So I was in
Oh,
Grand
right,
Prairie
okay.
last week, and then I went in this elevator, and it's just a regular elevator, and it had 4 buttons, and I'm like, what? Okay, I don't know what like that one with the line in it means, like the difference between the two. So I have no idea. All right, anyways, here's a photo. Look at that. Wow.
Wow.
So,
Get the red on
that was the locker rooms that like you'd get changed in.
That's cool. That's a nice outfit.
That
We had
is-
I said, Mike, we had a similar one. Not with the skirt, but we had
No.
it was just a black, it was a black vest and a black tie. That's for sure.
And I liked my apron. That
That's a
was
cool one.
always good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, the skirt didn't fit me, so I had to wear pants. Well,
Daryl says, who reads Braille? I think you spelled that right. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Anybody know this guy here? John Holland?
I think I've heard of him.
First off, he says, happy birthday, Pippa.
Thank
All right.
you.
Awesome. And which button do you push when you pretend to keep the door open for someone? Oh, I'm sorry. It's not letting me.
oh no, I'm pushing it.
But it's true because you get all frantic because you see the person coming and you want to hold it open for them, and you're looking, and by the time the door closes.
Exactly. One more comment before we bring our special guest on Rolo. Brenda says, working in the casino, we age gracefully. Most of us, yes.
So Jay and
Okay, here's our one answer. Okay, one more. Jay, those are for elevators that have a front and a back. Well, this one didn't have a back. It was like a sign with a mirror and stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's a secret elevator. I'm not sure.
That's
It's
a good
just
guess.
standard.
That's probably what it is, and they probably like switched it. So
Yeah.
typically hospitals. There you go. Okay. Anyways, thank you for that. We'd like to bring our special guest on. This is somebody special. She's been I don't know. She was in the industry, Mike, when we started.
Oh yeah.
So she did a lot. She did a lot in the industry, actually. Multi-game dealer. She worked at multiple casinos. But let's have her tell her story. Let's bring on Michella. Hello.
Hello, thanks for having
Hello.
me.
Well,
Um,
welcome.
Thanks. It's great to be here. I've been listening. I haven't listened to all the past podcasts. I'm sorry, I have to say. I'm trying to catch up. I'm a little behind, but I have enjoyed all the ones I've listened to. You guys are doing an awesome job. And I really
Oh,
appreciate you guys are doing this. It's nice to bring everyone together and to see where everyone actually is now, so many years down the road.
yeah. Well, yeah. Welcome. Thank you. You're definitely somebody that we wanted to have for quite a while now. So I'm so glad that you accepted the invitation and you managed to come on here. This is your episode for sure. First off, could you just let us know a little bit about your casino history? How'd you break in? What got you into the casino industry? Because you did
Okay.
do quite a few things. So
I did. So oddly enough, I got in because I was dating someone named Jeff Flores. I'm sorry, Jeff, if you didn't want that known out there anymore. Um, and we went to high school together, and a bunch of the guys, himself included, discovered Klondike Days and the casinos. And they realized while we were going to university that maybe it would be better to be the other side of the table, make some money instead of being, on the losing side, the player side. So they did that, and then they joined Argyle after they did their Klondike Day training. And Jeff mentioned it to me, and I took it the following year. And he introduced me to Ellen at Palace, and I was lucky enough to get hired on at Palace. So I've also lost track of the timing and the years of this, but I was in Lars's training class. That I remember because he was one of the first people I met during our training. He was at my class, and yeah, I guess kind of want to say almost like the rest is history. I started part-time, ended up working full-time when they gave us full-time contracts. So I was going to school full-time at Nate and working full-time at the casino. For a while I did that. And then when I graduated, I was like, okay, maybe it's time to try and just have one job. Let's try and find something maybe in my profession, my field. But I could not find a job. I don't think I show well in resumes, and I'm obviously not very confident sometimes. So I couldn't find anything in human resources, which is what my background was. I even actually applied at Palace. At the time, they had an opening for human resources. And they were kind of surprised because they already had someone kind of slotted for the job, and they were surprised to know that that's what I was taking. But unfortunately, I did not get it because I might have stayed. Instead, a bunch of people were moving to Ontario to open up one of the new casinos there in Point Edward. So I moved to Sarnia. I drove out with Candice and Jay Poulin-Barrett that December of 1999, right before we had, we spent our evening, the three of us, Y2K 2000, wondering if we were going to have alarms waking us up the next morning. And everyone else calling back home to Edmonton and hearing everyone partying together. And then, yeah, I stayed at the casino there for just over a year. It's where I met my husband, and we had a baby. And I realized coming back with both of us working in the casino, and I was on the night shift during the week, and then we opened 24 hours on the weekends. So I was the 4 a.m. till noon shift. And when you have a baby and you tell babysitters that you don't want the kid to sleep because you want to be able to sleep in the next morning. So my son probably didn't go to bed till like midnight quite often. It was hard to find babysitters. So I was kind of like, okay, maybe this is time to move on. So at that point, I left the casinos and have had various jobs. We moved from Sarnia, Ontario to Canmore, Alberta in, what year was that? Sorry. So my son was 4, so 2005. And we've been here 17 years now. So nothing related to casinos. I do miss it at times. I love all the people I've met. So many people between the two casinos. But yeah, that's why I love listening to the podcast, listening to everyone's stories, especially because I kind of had that moment where I was like, do I go on the cruise ships or do I move with them to Ontario? And I was like, I don't think I'm ready for the cruise ships. I wasn't sure I could do that. I'm like, let's try Ontario. I can always move back home if I need to. That's just kind of my story.
you guys want to go ahead? Go ahead first. Are you guys okay? Pippa, Mike?
Okay,
No,
yeah,
no.
no, I didn't know. Okay, so me going first. You left in '99.
Yes.
Wow. So okay, we started in. Okay, when did we
98.
start?
We started in
98.
98. Yes.
We only worked was like 2 years almost. We only worked with you for 2 years. Wow,
Yeah.
it feels like it was so much longer than that. You're so memorable. Okay, that's
Oh,
why.
see,
It feels.
I
It
wish I
feels
could
like
say.
it was a lot longer than
I
that.
feel like we did a lot of things together as groups during that time frame. I think we hung out a lot. I like we did like after shift. I know in the little bar area, uh, the poker games. I found pictures of golf tournaments, Christmas parties. Like I think just we all like spending time together. Like that's what I think I loved about the casino too. Like, and the same thing happened when we moved to Sarnia because it was the first time the they had a casino there. So having all this influx of people and the strange hours, we ended up hanging around a lot together with that group as well because you're just kind of like, who else gets off at noon and wants to go party, right? Like,
Yeah.
or
Right.
even 2 a.m. So it ends up being that culture.
Yeah, absolutely. Pippa?
Well, so what do you so that's what you miss about it?
I think I miss a lot. I
Oh.
sometimes actually miss dealing once in a blue moon. But do I remember how to do that? No. And to think about the math skills, I work the front desk at a dental office. So dealing with insurance, dealing with appointments, completely different. Throw math at me now, and I'm like, no idea. But I remember the roulette table and the numbers and the whole. I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this. But yeah, I definitely do miss the people.
Awesome. Okay, before I kind of chip in here, we have a very special hello from Mandy. Mandy
Hello,
says,
Mandy.
"Good to see your beautiful
I
face."
worked with Mandy actually before the casino.
Oh, no way.
We worked together at Canadian Tire.
Oh, that's, see? Didn't even know about. Was it the one in the West End? Actually, no, that one wasn't built yet, was it?
No, it was the one on Calgary Trail before they opened the one that has the escalators and elevators.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was the
Oh,
one
the
that was
other one,
actually
yeah.
on Calgary Trail. Yeah, we worked together there. So,
Was that a fun job?
funny.
What did you guys do there?
Oh,
Just float around.
cashiers. I think at the time, Mandy was actually, I was still working there 1 day a week, even when I worked at the casino and I was going to school. Mandy worked upstairs in the cash room. So I remember that when Mandy wanted to take the gaming course, they asked me to cover her that week at Klondike Days so she could take the course. But I had taken it the year before, so I was also working Klondike Days. So I was covering her upstairs in the cash room and working at night at the Klondike Days.
Oh wow.
Full on.
I think
Oh,
I
yeah.
worked too much.
Yeah, I think so too. I do like how you brought kind of everything together in about like a minute, but honestly, there was so much stuff in between everything that
Yes.
you said in your stories, and it's like I know there's a whole lot more. Okay, first off, I just want to kind of add to the loop here before I continue. Mandy says South Side. Michelle is the one that encouraged me to take dealer training. Essentially started because of Michelle. There you go. So I don't know how Mandy's career kind of ended out, but maybe she has to thank you or be like, oh, great. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Or thank you. I'm not sure what tone.
We'll see
Yeah.
what she pipes in.
We had a special hello from Howard. Hello, Howard.
Hello, Howard.
Hi, Howard.
Nice to see you, Howard. Howard going to be on our future episode here.
And it was good to see him at the party too.
That was really cool to see Howard at the party. Yeah, that was awesome. I'm glad that we got to so we had Brenda, we had Wyatt, we had Howard, we had a
That's
lot
awesome.
a lot of the originals, and it was really cool to have them together. So
how long since everyone had seen each other?
Oh my goodness.
Like from back in the day?
Yeah, it's anywhere from like 10 to 20 years, honestly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was crazy to see some of the old faces. We've brought a lot, like, so you've seen a lot of our guests before, and we've kind of brought them in, and but to see them together talking to each other, it was like amazing. It was nice to see a lot of the original Craps crew. Michelle, a part of the original Craps crew.
I
What
deny
was your
it.
we talk about this all the time about this first class, and everyone was like handpicked. It was an amazing class. How was it for you? I mean, for me, I was I was this young kid. I was the youngest or second youngest in the group, and I was just some punk kid that was like learning the game. I only knew Paigao tiles, so this was my second game. So a lot of people were really happy that
wow.
I was in the class. But I got okay. I was kind of average. How was the training for you, in your opinion, in your perspective, when you were going through it? How did you feel about Craps when it came in?
I was scared, and I definitely remember the class. And I remember watching because there were so many strong people in there. And I just remember thinking, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? It was fun. I always remember walking because it was across the hallway from Palace. I remember in I don't know what it was before, but they'd rented out the space across, and that we were practicing there. And it was full on. I remember I was so proud because I think we had little tests in between, and I was okay. I want to just make it through the class. I want to just make it through the class. And then I remember when finally making it through the class, and I was like, oh my God, we have to do this live. I don't know if I can do this. And I honestly remember, I think Joe was across from me. And I remember being the deer in headlights. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm like, tell me what to pay. Just tell me what to pay. I have no idea what's happening. And I was like, just get me off this table. I was like, and that is honestly my like strongest memory of Craps. And I remember I'd be at home, like, okay, practicing calls. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be better. I'm going to be stronger. And then I'm like, nope, deer in headlights.
So how long was the training for?
I don't even remember.
It was a long time. It must have been like 2 months. I think it was 2 months of training. I know it was long. It was like longer than like everyone wanted it to be.
But they wanted us to be ready, and I remember that. Like, they just want to make sure everyone's ready to take the table test, pass it.
I think.
But yeah, it was so long.
I think every girl cried in the whole.
Oh yeah,
and like a few guys too. It was really it was tough. I remember getting so mad because, well, I don't know. There's a couple people that were really like just egging me on, and I wasn't asking for it either. But I'm dealing, and then I was just so mad once I got relieved. I like kicked the table and I just like went out and I walked out. I was like so mad, frustrated. I'm like, oh my God.
And that's during training?
That was during training. Yeah, I was pretty mad during training. Just the one time, honestly.
I think we all had moments. I may have had a few choice words for our trainer.
Yeah, some people. Yeah, some people. Absolutely. No comments.
You don't say there, hey?
Well, but I guess like for Craps, yeah, you've got other people that can really see how you're dealing. Where on any other game, yeah, okay, you've got a supervisor, inspector, but you're in charge of the game, and it's easy. No one's got eyes on you. But on Craps, it's like, yeah, it's a team sport.
Yeah, exactly. So Pippa Mike, I'll show you this photo here. This is our class. I know it's fuzzy because I think I took a camera of the actual photo. I shouldn't have done that, but I'll make it better next time. Hey, there we are in the middle there, Michelle. Look, I have hair.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. It's so fuzzy.
Mine's dark.
And stuff.
I like it.
So is mine, yeah. But that was our first Craps crew there. So there's what? 16?
Is that Colin up there?
Yeah, Colin was in the first class. Yeah. He did leave. Like he didn't manage to deal it, but I'll show you again. Those 16, they were the first, and then our trainer there, and it was really cool to kind of be together with them. But there was a lot of frustration because like you guys know that during training it's like if you have Craps training, you have maybe like 5 or 6. That's usually a good class. There were 16 of us, and pit bosses coming in and out trying to learn how to be a box, and we're like, oh my God, this is so busy. So then people and how people are, right? When you have like 8 people around your table in training, they're just like, no, that's 7. That's 7. No, that's 7. No, wrong hand. No, get it. Go. There's 2. Hey, no, pick that 5 up. That's not his. That's like, and it's like not just one person saying that. There's always like 5 or 6 saying that, and you're just like, oh my god, like this is just training, guys. And you know that, and then the trainer would come in. It's like, you guys know this is just training, right? This isn't gonna happen in real life. We're not gonna do these bets. And you always, every single training class is always like that because like somebody has to like go all out. It's like, well, I'm a high roller, guys. I'm gonna go like $5,000 by it. It's like, dude, man.
Oh, that's so
We're-
funny.
Every training class.
Yeah, it's like we're just learning the 6 and 8, okay? Just the pass line. We don't have to do all this other stuff.
Just the field. Just do the field.
Oh man. Rolo says 9 weeks. You had 9 weeks of training? Yeah, that's a decent amount of training for sure. I would take 9 weeks. I did want to show another photo.
Go on.
This was, I don't know where this was taken from, but oh my god.
Oh,
That
Who's
Christmas party.
Holy.
which Christmas
the-
party?
I don't know. I just saw that. It was one of the Christmas parties. That's all I know. It looked like we were in a hall of some sort.
No way.
Yeah,
That's
that's
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, look at my silver chain. How cool was I? Absolutely.
Right, you don't even have the frosted tips there. That's
No, yeah.
impressive.
This was definitely me at 19 years old. I saw that picture. I'm like, oh my god, I can't remember this. Like, I don't remember taking this picture, but yeah.
Oh,
my
that's
God.
awesome.
I wish I had that. The clear skin, all that back then. You miss that stuff. Oh boy.
Oh.
So everyone, we're here with Michelle. If you have any questions, if you want to say hello, say hello. If you have any questions for the cast, make sure you ask. Mike, what's up?
Come say hi. No,
Yeah.
nothing. I was waiting for you to finish. Sorry. Sorry, was I jumping? I was still shocked at your young picture. That's just kind of like.
I know. We show our pictures, and you realize it's like 23 years ago. You know, like that's
Crazy.
crazy. It's like we could have someone working in the casino from birth to now. During that amount of time, there's someone that could be working in the casino.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's how long it's
thanks.
been.
That's
Thanks
true.
for that.
Yeah. Do you remember this picture, Mike? Here, what about this one? Oh my God.
Yes.
There's the gold hair.
Yeah, it is. There's the gold hair. The gold hair. I'm wearing a sweater and jacket in Vegas in like June. I don't know why, but the beard tastes so good.
There's also this photo, Mike, that I did want to bring out. We had that on the one time.
And that was you and Marvin making me go take
Oh
a
my
picture over
gosh.
there. They're like, "Oh, stand over here."
You
Okay,
but
whatever.
the thing was,
Oh, you had no idea what you were in.
Oh.
for.
I
course.
did not. I did not. I know Jay
Yeah.
Wallace. Oh yeah, he stood there willingly. No,
I
I
don't.
didn't.
Yeah, right. It's like, Mike, go stand by that statue, and you're like, okay. So then you end up walking. You're walking directly to that piece.
Wasn't paying
So
attention.
you know
My
it was
first time
there.
in Vegas. I mean, like I'm probably hammered. All right.
No, you're not. This is like at 2 p.m, I think. Honestly. So yeah, no, you are not hammered in this picture.
All right. It's a good picture. It's a good picture.
Oh my God. All right. Sorry for going on these tangents and stuff. Michella, you were a multi-game dealer. What games did you learn during your career there? Besides
Blackjack.
craps.
Blackjack, roulette, pai gow, baccarat, and poker. I think that covers them all.
So basically you're an all games dealer.
I'm not sure if I missed anything, but yeah, basically it was. Yeah.
So, how many years were you a dealer for then?
I think it was
total?
5.
Okay.
Maybe 4. I can't remember because again, whenever Lars and I would have started, so I think is that 1996? Does that sound about right then? I can't remember what Lars
I think so.
said.
I think so. I think he was.
And then
I think he was first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I left Palace, I was dual rate soup, so I was a dealer and a supervisor, and I'd had my games by then. Yeah, I loved dealing baccarat. I like how Palace dealt baccarat the way it.
Mhm.
Yeah, with the cards, and instead of just
Mhm.
flipping them over like a book, you would like walk them, so it would make
Yeah.
a really nice triangle as they felt. Yeah, that was a really
Yeah.
cool thing. It was very classy.
Practice
for sure.
that. Yep.
For sure.
But poker, I dealt poker quite a bit for a while, to the point I didn't know how to flick the cards properly, so I used my wrist. But I always got to the players every time. But when you deal with us for 40 hours a week, I got tendonitis and got a cast. And then I got put on, like, what was that game? Sickbo? Or
Caribbean
what was
stud poker. Caribbean
that the
draw
one where you
poker.
drop the balls and it's the big
Sick
table? That
bow.
one?
Yeah, you're
That's
you're
Sickbo.
jealous.
I was on Sickbo. I got put on Sickbo for like 2 months.
Oh man. This
Yeah.
game, right?
So-
Do you remember this? Sorry.
That's
bring
it. Yep.
Some bad memories. But yeah. Absolutely love that wheel with the dice numbers. But yeah, this was a
horrible game.
yeah, absolutely.
It was. And
Why
not a lot
was
of
there
people
a
played it.
wheel?
Because you drop the balls.
Yeah, we didn't have dice. This was before 2000. So for us, craps was legalized in Canada in 2000.
Right.
So right before that,
But
yeah.
before that, there was no dice allowed in a casino.
No. So when like when Michella and our previous guests start talking about K days, like when there was craps in K days, they used like this wheel, and it was like 2 arrows, and they'd be like, "Okay, no more bets." There's a guy on stick. It's like no more bets, and then the boxman would go and go, and then you would like spin the thing, and then the 2 arrows would go spinning, and then like people would be screaming for it not to be a 7. Yeah. So
Wow.
there's
That's
a lot
cool.
of there's a lot of places like that. So we use the wheel for sick bow. So 3 balls would roll in, and that represents the 3 dice, which was really cool. There's also I mean, I don't know. There's also California uses cards, right? Because their dice, they still don't have legal dice.
They don't have dice, no.
Well, the dice can't determine the roll. So I think what happens is they roll the dice, and then there are these cards, and then the corresponding numbers, they have to flip the card over, and then that's what your result is.
Wow.
Yeah,
You
weird,
might be
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a friend in Cali who's telling me about that. I'm like, wow, we need to go there, and we need to go to California and play some virtual craps, however this works.
I know. You have these ideas of going and playing weird things, and they never seem to work out. So
Not for me, no.
skip this
Not for
one.
me.
Crapless craps in Vegas.
Okay, just a quick hello here again from one of your fans, Michella. We have a hello, friends, from Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Joe.
Do you remember this guy? Was he a good guy?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Joe was amazing. He was a great friend. He helped me learn the tiles. There's no way I probably would have gotten through all that without him. Yeah, for sure.
That's funny. I mean, you talked to me about confidence, and honestly, when the memories I have of you are, I mean, we were just talking, and we were always talking, and on the we dealt Paigo tiles together, and that was really cool. I really like that because we'd chat because one person would be dealing, the other person would be sitting there for 20 minutes watching, and that was the best shift, right? And then you're on 20-minute break. So 40 minutes, you're like this. Like 20 minutes, you're like this, and 20 minutes, you're in the break room like this. So that was really cool. We got a lot. We had to spend a lot of time kind of chatting. I never dealt roulette with you. I just dealt craps and Paigo tiles. Roulette was the last game that I learned. So yeah, and then
you did it in an interesting order. I think most of us did it the other way, but I guess it's obviously timing when the games came in as well, right?
That's exactly what it was. Whenever the game came up, it's like, okay, well, I'll take that training. And I remember poker was the worst for me because we would do, it's like, hey guys, we got like poker training going in. Why don't you do it? It's so much fun. I'm like, okay. And I go in, and I'm like, the first day that I dealt, it was one of 10 shifts to pass your probation. The first shift was like 4-8, high-low Omaha. So then like the first hand, I think I missed out, and it's like, where's this guy coming from? This guy sucks. And it's like the first hand, right? And then this other guy started arguing with him, and then it was like, I'm like, house? And I was like just sitting there the whole time, and I'm like, oh my God, like what did I get myself into? I had to do 10 shifts in a row. Like 10 in a row. After the third shift of like poker, like the whole shift, you're like, oh my God, I hate this so much. I hate every single player, and like I'm about to snap. And I have 7 shifts left for what? A 25-cent raise? Is this really worth it? So,
So
I
how do
did a little
you?
trick.
yeah.
Sorry, Pippa, go ahead.
So how do you get to learn a new game?
Well, back in those days, there would be a posting. So whoever was available to do training, they would put up a posting and say, hey, anybody interested in taking this game, please sign up. And back then, you would just sign up and then you would take this class. Later on, the casino actually paid us for the training, which was really cool because
So
we're just-
originally you didn't get paid?
no,
Okay.
not at first. So you go in there and I think that was like we didn't get paid for crafts training, which was really crazy. Like until the end, and then they actually gave us like, hey, we're giving you some money for going through all of this. And I was like, well, that's cool. Because it was really tough with your hours, right? Because you do, and some people stayed on shift and they would work because like you need tips, you need money, you need to kind of keep going. So
Like you said, we felt lucky that we were one of the first classes, right? So that
Absolutely.
you got to do it. I was like, I don't care if I'm getting paid. It'd be nice, but hopefully we'll get to do it. I just had to share that when I dealt poker, I because you get a lot of the regular players, and to stop them from bitching at me, I would actually bring in bags of candy that they're all individually wrapped and leave them at the front at the desk to the poker room. And I'd be like, hey guys, I just brought in some free candy for you. So they would go and get candy. And then because they had candy in their mouth, 1, because it was free, and 2, because they had candy in their mouth, they stopped bitching at me. They'd be like, well, they can't really like give her crap because like she just gave me
Genius.
candy.
Perfect. I love it.
All pre-COVID, obviously.
No, that's great. Oh, should have thought about that.
did you brought a lot of candy
Something
in?
for day shift.
Yeah. Did you you also had like pretty huge bags of chips, right? Is that what you brought for yourself? Like you
I was a snackinator. That's it. But that's what I find about the casino, right? You don't get to sit and eat a meal, right? We run around, West End and buy food, and then I'd eat it in chunks, right? Every break. I'm still a snackinator. Like I don't eat a huge big meal. I eat lots and lots of little ones. I'm always snacking.
Yeah.
As I'm around the casino.
Hang on, you don't have food at the casino that the company provides?
Well, there's a restaurant you could go buy, but no, there was not provided food. So
There's
we
no
would,
canteen.
No.
Is
But
there
we were,
now?
No. So okay. So before this was the 90s, and we were in the mall, and you could order like from the restaurant, but we had to like obviously pay. That's why we'd just bring our own lunches. There wasn't even was there a vending machine there? Do you remember, guys, the break
I
room?
don't think so.
I think, yeah.
Really?
Was there not? I thought it was. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong.
Maybe?
I don't remember one back then. Honestly,
I don't remember one either because I would have eaten from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then I'm probably wrong. I remember a vending machine. So maybe it was out in the mall or something. I don't know.
The next phase in the renovations, there was definitely vending machines, and then the next,
Okay.
yeah, like when
okay.
yeah, for sure, right. And then when our break room got moved to like the theater, that was the old movie theater. That was really cool. There was like stuff there.
Oh.
Maybe.
Okay, because every casino I've ever worked in, we've had like a free canteen that you help yourself to any food. Hot,
Maybe it's a
cold,
Canadian thing.
drinks.
Because even in Ontario, they had a cafeteria, same thing. Because there's really nowhere else to go, and they had a restaurant to the side, but they did have a cafeteria. But no, there is no free food.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Because that's sort of like a running joke, I guess in Australia anyway, that you go to a dealer's house and their fridge is empty because we just would eat at work,
Ah, nice.
No, we would spend, what was it? Our $42 in tips for the day. We would run down to McDonald's because that was right below us, or we'd have to go
Edo.
through. Yeah, or Edo later on. Yeah, because Edo was one of the after ones. Or else there's like a food court, and we'd have to run through like Galaxyland or Fantasyland at the time to get to like the food court and order. Remember, you had 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Would you be out of uniform? In uniform?
In uniform.
In uniform.
Yeah.
In uniform.
Just run like.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to relieve your person 2 minutes before, so it's only 13 minutes, right? So you get in and
crazy because the whole thing is as well is because you only get the 15-minute break. Like, yeah, dealers, they're just used to shoveling it all in. You know, you go out to a restaurant with someone and, you know, they've finished their meal in 2 seconds flat. So, wow, there you go.
Yeah. See, you learned something new.
Yeah, buy it one break, eat it the next couple breaks.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
that's
Right.
Or if you are experienced, you would have a smoke, run down, go get a full combo, wait for it, right? Come back up, eat it, and then have another smoke and still have time to sit down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
right.
impressive.
Yeah, that wasn't me. that's people I know for sure that you know. Sorry, quick comment from Mandy. Mandy says River Cree had buffet style food for a while, but we paid about $2 a shift for that. That was smart. Honestly, I
Mhm.
was really jealous about that. And she also says when she was at Palace, we had that little store beside Palace. Yes, I remember grabbing snacks and scratch tickets at. Yeah, that's right,
Totally
just
don't
outside.
remember that.
So after, I think it was after you left, they
Okay.
opened up this convenience store just right outside of just to the left, and then
Oh,
this
okay.
convenience store actually had, that's where we would get like chocolate bars and chips and scratch tickets and lottery tickets and
Nice.
smokes, obviously, yeah. And that's kind of the convenience of the convenience store.
of the
Yes,
store.
yes, that's right. I remember the theater. Remember the theater across from us? The
Mhm.
movie theater. Oh yeah. So that one year they had like Titanic. That was like the #1 movie, and then like people would be coming out crying. It's like, oh my god! And then they'd be coming into the casino and they'd be playing slots, crying. I'm like, what's going on here? I haven't watched this movie. What is it that bad? I feel like, yeah. All right. Sorry. Back on topic. Mr. John Holland. Hello, all. What game, if any, did you hate dealing? I think you already know my answer from previous.
Mine's craps.
Craps, you hated
Aw.
dealing it? Oh,
Because I wasn't comfortable on it. It's like, yeah, no. Deer and headlights all the way. Yep.
well, okay. I didn't honestly. I don't know if you're fine. You're a fine dealer. Just I don't know where this is coming from. It's
But comfort level, right? Like if I could deal something, I'd prefer to deal poker. I like Pagao tiles, but again, I liked having whoever was beside me too. Just because again, half the time I didn't know what people were saying to me.
oh yeah, me too. And I was like, no, don't translate that for me. And I know he's mad. Just,
Yeah, that was kind of the best. I don't know what you're saying. I don't care. So that's okay.
Yeah. I was like, they're talking about me again, aren't they? Yeah. Okay.
well, yeah. But the thing was, they thought I was like Chinese, so they'd be talking to me in like Cantonese, and I'd just be like, and then they'd look at me funny and be like, no.
For me, I didn't like dealing blackjack. I'm like, I learned roulette first, and at the end of our training, they would ask dealers to come back and give their feedback of how they found it up on the floor, and people would say, the punters are right there, like they're just in your face. And dealing roulette, I was like, no, you just walk away. You go over to your float and the punters are fine. And then a year into dealing, I got blackjack, and the first hour, like we'd get babysat. You've got the dealer just watching you on your first shift. And I remember the first hour, I'm like looking over my shoulder going like, where is my break? Like I was so over the game. And I was like, I can't believe some like people learn blackjack like that's all they deal day in, day out. And I was no, thank you.
So even to this day, like today, that would be the game for sure that you dislike the most.
If I had a choice of craps, roulette, I love dealing Caribbean stud. Love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Blackjack would be at the bottom of the list to go deal.
Wow, that's interesting. Oh, sorry. Before we get to Mike's reply, for your blackjack, is it whole card? Is there one card underneath, or is
No.
it's just
Just
okay.
the one?
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer? European or the whole card? Because on the ships it was whole card, right?
That's right. I like it because it's there and it's this sort of, it's half of a result, like the result's kind of already there. So I'd probably say that. Yeah, I'd say what is it? North American style.
Okay. No whole card it is. Is it? No. We say
No,
European.
No,
We say
it's
European,
not.
but actually in Canada it is like no whole card. So
Both
you
you
like
guys
the
are
whole card?
confusing me.
Yeah,
I do
definitely.
like the
She
whole
likes the
card.
whole card.
Yeah, okay.
Because everyone gets their 2 cards. Do you know what I mean? So why not
Yes.
the dealer get their 2 cards? Why all the players get their 2 cards, and then we have the whole round for everyone, and now we'll bring out the second card for the dealer? Nah.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's like a waste of time, right? Oh, blackjack. It's like, well, he could have told us that at the beginning, right? Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
More hands. More
Mhm.
hands.
All right, Mr. Mike. What about you, Mr. All Games as well? I mean, you have we have a lot of games, a lot of
Okay.
these junk games too.
Yeah, okay. So if we avoid the junk games or anything, I'm gonna have to agree with Pippa. Blackjack, for sure. It's kind of monotonous, boring. I mean, I guess anything can be, but if we're including all the prop games and all those other little funny games like Stook and Red Dog and everything that comes up
War.
Casino War. God, who thought of that one? I think Red Dog Let It Ride by far takes the cake. I hated that game. God, did I hate that game.
Ooh, ouch.
It's just the same thing. It was like doing the dealer Macarena all the time, and you're pushing the. It was just horrible.
I think
awesome.
I think Todd was the one that called it "Give Me 1/3." That's I think that's the name of the game.
Right? Yeah.
Give me 1/3. Oh, that's funny. Awesome. Okay, well, thanks for your replies.
about
Joe
you?
has a question. I already answered. No, I didn't answer. I said I hated dealing. I love playing poker. I love playing poker. I hate dealing poker. I don't know. I don't know how that is. I've always said poker because poker has always like screwed me over somehow. And okay, quick story here. I was dual rate, Michelle, so I know how that feels, right? Being a dual rate. And then the first night, so in our city, it's 2 nights. So you have 2 nights of tips basically. Every 2 nights you split it up. So the first night, I look at the schedule and I got bumped up because someone no-showed while they were sick. And I'm like, okay, fine. Right? That's cool. I'm pitting and I'm just sitting, I'm supervising. And then the royal flush goes in Caribbean stud, and it's a progressive royal flush. So this person wins $170,000, which was nice. Definitely nice. So I'm like, well, hey, congratulations. That's okay. I have no idea like what this person's going to tip. This person tips 10%. And I was just like, oh God. So now I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I looked at the schedule the next day, and of course, I'm definitely dealing. So the second day, I end up bumped up once again, and I'm leaving poker, and it's just like, no. So I lost 2 full days of tips, and the tips were crazy because of this 10%. So I was really just like, I felt like I was kicked in the balls there because of like, it was because of poker. It was because of the fact that I had to deal, and there's nobody else that they needed to bump up at the time.
Do you want to know a little bit more about that story?
I don't. No.
No, I think you do. Because do you know why the guy ended up tipping 10%? It was because of your brother.
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah.
I don't
So it just all goes round.
I don't want to talk about that.
Your brother got him to tip it, so okay. Thanks,
also,
guys, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Also, okay. Just to add on the floor supervising part, the dual rate. My last shift as a dealer before I ended up being full-time floor soup was in poker, and I got stuck in poker. I got moved from craps to deal poker, and I dealt a full night in poker. And then at 2:00, there was no one to relieve me because 2:00 I was off, and I had to deal another 15 minutes until someone actually came and forgot, like, oh, hey, I forgot you're still here. Let me just get somebody to cover for you right now. And then I ended up dealing an extra 15 minutes on that. So I was just like, okay, thanks. I was like, I was kind of crying inside because like I thought I was, I'm not gonna say any names here, but like someone like, I don't know, maybe Carrie on her last day, there's like, hey Carrie, go deal roulette. Oh, go deal some craps. Go ahead. Oh my God, it's your last day. Go ahead and deal that. What do you want to deal? You go.
Have
You
last
go.
break?
Yeah, exactly. And then Mia's like, no, we need you in poker. We need you to deal that 3-6. There's some $60 players there. They definitely need somebody on the table right now. And there you go. So anyways.
Okay, poker for Jay. We got it.
Sorry, poker for Jay, water under the bridge. All right. Okay. Back on topic. Joe asks, easiest game to deal after a 30-minute break from New Year's Eve. Michelle, did you ever deal on New Year's Eve?
No.
Oh, that's too bad. That is too bad.
Because I usually I went away for Christmas to visit my grandparents in Vancouver. Usually when I worked at Palace, I was always lucky enough to get that. I never had to deal New Year's Eve. Sorry.
Nice.
Oh, no reply.
Not that I remember.
I can remember dealing, like we didn't stop. Like I remember being in pit 6 in Perth and it was 3, 2, 1 and it was like 20 black. Like, it was awful. It was awful. And from that, it's like I will work any Christmas every year. It doesn't bother me, but I just do not want to bring in the new year working. It saddens me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Mike? Joe's asking on ships, actually.
Yeah. The easiest game to deal after a 30-minute break on ships. Oh, none of them. Man, put me as a slot host. It was kind of a little wobbly. You get to the because we all went to the casino bar, right? And just like maybe like the first couple minutes afterwards, you're okay, but then everything hits you, and you're kind of like, oh, this is blackjack. The tables are getting farther from you. I don't know what's easiest to deal.
Yeah. All right.
I can deal blackjack with my eyes closed though, and like lay out the cards.
No, that's good.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
That's really cool.
See, you're still kind of tied, Pippa, right? Because you're still kind of are you representing the Royal Caribbean? Because they're giving you a name tag and everything, so you can. If they ask you to like jump on,
I don't know if they know that I am, but I'm just getting in.
just squeezing in. You remember me? It's all good. Let me in.
I'll just start walking around the ship with my name tag.
Joe says blackjack was the hardest drunk. Yeah, that is pretty tough. I probably don't want to be on stick if I was drunk. That would be a really rough one.
Left-handed roulette.
It would be good talking.
Probably be swearing. Yeah, slurring. I don't think that's my thing. Joe says card placement was always an issue. Sober is an issue for me, I'll tell you that. So, okay, I got a question for you, Michella. I mean, I have a little baby girl now, and she's got one tooth, which is nice. You have kids?
I do.
Kids.
21 and 19. We are empty nesters.
Congratulations.
Crazy.
Would you recommend them to a casino? Would that be, what are your thoughts on them working in a casino?
Oh, for sure I would. It's funny though, because my husband and I haven't been dealers. We thought we'd teach the kids how to play poker, and we're like, okay, we'll kind of do this as a fun. We like to play games with the kids. But my son can't hide his expression. So he had to get a balaclava. So he just had the eyes showing. And my daughter is killing herself laughing at him. And I'm saying this is probably like 2-3 years ago. So he's 21. So now. So it's just like he just even now like love the kid to bits. But yeah, I can see his expression when he's trying to see something. But yeah, it's a fun thing to do. Like he turned 21. I wanted to take him to Vegas. But he's waiting till the rest of his friends turn 21. So I totally commend that. Yeah, to work in one for sure. I always thought too, like I like the idea that to be on that side versus being on the gambling side. I'm also a shopper because I'm a guaranteed winner. I've always said that to my husband. He's more of a gambler. He likes to do a little bit of it when we go to Vegas. But I think it's a great place to meet people, great skills. Especially, I'm proud of my kids. They are actually both, I guess, baristas in some way. They've worked at different places as in Canmore. But when they were younger, even though they played sports and stuff, I know for my son, I was always like, hey, look your coach in the eyes, look at your, look and talk, because kids are so shy that way with phones and stuff now. I find it's hard to get them to talk, to get them to communicate. I think definitely being in a casino, you have to communicate with people, read body language, customer service. Like they're both really good now, obviously having worked in as baristas and in coffee shops and restaurants. They're really good that way. But yeah, I would totally recommend if they had an opportunity, even the ships. Again, not having done them myself, but to be able to travel. I commend all you guys that have done that. And like you said, the types of friendships and relationships you guys have made around the world is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I think you've said it the best out of everybody. Yeah, I agree.
So you'd be okay if your daughter?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes math skills. It takes, be able to good personality, I guess, or maybe the type of dealer that I like to play with, but friendly, personable. Because like I know I've heard you guys talk about this before. Like even in Vegas, sometimes I'm like, yeah, let's switch tables. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing going on here. Just
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you do like to play then? You're saying that you've been to Vegas and stuff?
I do play a little bit. Like we went like way before the pandemic. I'd like to play the Pagao tiles, but I always like to surprise them too that I actually know how to play.
Yeah.
Right? They're always kind of like, oh, okay. Right? They're kind of waiting.
Yeah, because back in the day, and I've said this before, like you go to a casino and you're playing with your chips and it's like, oh, so yeah, where do you work? Like you instantly knew that was a dealer. But because of poker and World Series poker, everyone does casino chip tricks.
Yeah.
And so, you're not really, you can't differentiate yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And play poker. We like to do that once in a while too when we go to Vegas. But I'm not a big gambler or I don't mind playing for a couple hours, but again, I'm a shopper, guaranteed winner.
Smart.
That's very smart.
Come to think, I just we had a friend come back from Vegas, and we haven't been since probably long before the pandemic. But he was just telling me about the minimums. Just a second, I'm pulling it up here. The table limits now. $100 minimum on baccarat anywhere on the strip. $50 minimum blackjack, $100 on Pagao, and $25 on all prop games. So
I can't afford that.
Yeah,
I can't afford that either. Like those are the
just
minimums.
In August, we went to see
Really?
the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and we were just there in August. I can't remember which casino it was, but it was one of the newer ones that they had renovated, and there were some lower limits. But again, we were there. What did we go? We went like a Thursday to a Sunday. So I don't know, maybe because earlier in the week.
Maybe.
In the week.
Yeah, or maybe it's a couple casinos. You said the strip, but I'm sure he didn't go to every casino. But
fine.
Yeah, I don't even know what casino he went to.
But a lot of them were higher, like you said they were. But we did actually find some that were
a little lower. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. It is crazy though.
Like I mean, I remember going like when we went. Okay, this was 8 years ago, maybe. But yeah, you could find $10 tables, some $5 tables further down and everything. But
Oh yeah, definitely no $5 tables. You're right.
Yeah, there was. It was okay when we went, and I don't know. It seems too expensive for my blood too. Now.
Mm-hmm. That's okay, Mike. You just bet $25 on red, $30 on black. Good.
The J system. Why didn't I think of that?
I can afford this, honestly. No, I feel bad. I feel bad for that. I know that's just how the market is. There's just like high demand. People want to go and travel. They need to get out of their city. They need to do something fun. And now like Vegas was hurting for so long, and it's like, well, we need to kind of come back. And yeah, even like even the fair. I talked about this a few weeks ago. Like K Days itself, like actually going to the fair and like spending money there, like the food was like double.
Oh yeah.
The games were double. Instead of a $5 game, like a little water gun game that you play, is $10 a game. It's like, what?
Wow.
That's a lot of money. Like, take your kids out, and like parking's $20, and you're like spending like a few $100s, and it's like, how much do you really get out of it? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now we're paying for it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Very true.
All right. So, oh my God. See, we broke an hour, Michella. But most of it is just me complaining about poker, me complaining about being a floor supervisor. I'm sorry about that. I'll give you a quick question here. If you could only work one rotation for the rest of your life, what would it be? I'll give you 3 tables. 15-minute break, 3-table rotation. What kind of rotation would you like?
Baccarat. I would definitely do probably Baccarat, Pai-Gow tiles, if I could remember all the rules to everything. I don't know how you'd fit poker in there, but sure, those would probably be my 3, if I could.
One of each. Huh? That's a pretty good
Yeah.
rotation.
I have a strange question for you guys. Did you ever, during training and stuff, ever like dream about it? Like, I woke up in the middle of the night during poker training, and my arm was outstretched because I was, and I remember waking up going, why is my arm up above me? Like, obviously I still don't pitch properly, you can tell, but that's how I woke up. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I got to stop training. At least I didn't hit anyone. That's good.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I remember dreams. Did anybody have like the large card dreams where the cards were like extra large? No, just me. All right, fine.
Nope.
All right, okay.
No, I have.
Did you? Okay.
Like
See?
sort of like an A4 size paper.
Right? Like they're
Yeah.
just bigger for some reason. I don't know why.
Was
but I
that for
had those dreams.
blackjack? And you're just going like
It was
this?
blackjack. Yeah, it was definitely blackjack. So we did training at the Career Gaming Center. Jay and I actually were in the course, and I remember like having dreams of these giant cards. I don't know, like kind of Mickey Mouse Fantasia kind of thing or something like that. I don't know.
That's funny. I mean, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, or
Isn't that
whatever.
right?
Alice in Wonderland, something like that.
So you're wearing the dress, and
Yeah.
of course, yeah. All right,
Again.
that's fine. Let's close this one. If you could work one rotation, Mike, what would it be?
Craps.
Just all crops?
Yep.
I'd just put you on stick. Stick. That's your rotation.
You would too, hey?
Yeah, I would. I would. Pippa?
Caribbean stud, roulette, and Caribbean stud.
Wow, you're the only person that would say Caribbean stud twice. I've never heard of anybody saying that.
I think she's the only one that said Caribbean stud once.
Ever.
once, yes, once, absolutely. Did you ever see Caribbean draw?
No.
We had that at our casino, and you could draw up to 2 cards.
Yep.
And it was crazy. It wasn't crazy. It didn't make it that much better. It didn't make it that much better. I'm trying to hype it up, but I can't. I'm sorry. All right.
And
so-
yourself, Jay?
Oh my goodness. I would just like to chip on roulette. Chipper. Oh, I'd be base.
I'm Pippa the Chipper.
Pippa the chipper.
Nice.
Yeah. So Mike, you got
When we would do double shifts, we'd do 8 hours, your normal shift, and then they'd ask you to do overtime. And 99% of the time, if you did that next shift, you would always just be chipping. So it was like easy, no brainer. Yeah, I'll do another 8 hours of chipping.
that's
Okay.
cool.
It's all
No.
right.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I mean like base is okay, and yeah, but I guess Mike, you're talking about having like dreams of like large cards. I did have dreams of like chipping. And I think that's just because I was doing it so much and just trying to get fast and There's a lot of people that I, ended up working with that were just amazing. They were too fast. And I would always get beat. And like, I'm sure they can still beat me to this day, even though like they're not even working anymore. And it's just like, how do you do that? They still can never figure it out to this day. Figured out how to do a Rubik's Cube finally after like 44 years, right? It's like, yeah.
Nice.
I had to Google it.
That's impressive.
Yeah. It takes me like 20 minutes. And like there's these kids on, like you saw Netflix, it's a kid's like 6 seconds. And I'm like, yeah, no, not
I had to
even
take
all
the stickers
practice.
off.
yeah. It's like
That's what I do
I
too.
was like, yeah, I gave up.
they don't make those anymore. I think just because of people that do that. So
Oh yeah, you can't take them off now. Yeah.
yeah.
We can pull them out now.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Replace.
Yeah.
Pull corners out. Okay, I'm just gonna take some
Building
notes on that. That's awesome. So hey, Michelle, look at that. We've cracked an hour. Usually at the end of the show, we always want to say our shout outs. So is there anybody that you want to say hi to? Anybody that you want to give a shout out to?
Oh my gosh, there's so many people. Like I said, I miss so many people from that Palace crew. Annie, Sarah, like everybody, Sharina, the whole group. Like I said, it was awesome working with all of you. I'm sorry I didn't get to talk to Michelle tonight, but I've enjoyed listening to you guys talk. And thanks for having me. It's been great talking to you guys.
Oh, that's so awesome. I'm so glad that you agreed to come on and kind of share your story. I seriously did not know about Canadian Tire. I did, honestly, like that's like what? That's really cool. Mike?
I think Daryl again. Thank you. Michella, thank you for coming on. I am shocked. What I learned today was I was shocked that we worked with Michella for less than 2 years because it
I know.
like a long time. So I am shocked. But Mandy, thanks for commenting. Joe, good to see you again. Howard, everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And Pippa.
I want to thank you, Jay. So that I'm going to call it a meetup on September the 17th. Like, awesome work, fantastic. And yeah, thank you for putting it all together.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. We were going to have a cutout Pippa head and then a cutout John head just so that we can have all of us together. But yeah, hopefully
you give me enough notice, like 2024, 2020. I'll be there.
I'm gonna mail you a ticket to just bring you here for one day, and then you have to like fly back after that.
Well, I'm sure I told you I went to a wedding for 3 days in Florida, so I do crazy stuff like that.
That's amazing. Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to have you here. And Michelle, of course, the next time that we do this, we definitely want to see you there as well. And
For
there's
sure.
there's a lot of people that
yes, I'm sorry I missed it.
Oh, no worries. It's it was fun. It was just something that I wanted to try out. I'm hoping, like, you have to try things. This podcast, we tried this podcast, the YouTube channel, like a TikTok. We'll do everything. We want to try everything that we can possibly learn. I'm learning surveillance. Oh my God, like how the hell am I supposed to know this stuff? And it's just always trying. I seriously did not want to be on the microphone that night at all. But I ended up, there's nobody else. So it's like you have to kind of do it, and might be out of your comfort zone, but at least like, you try, right? And if it wasn't for honestly, if it wasn't for that Craps crew that we had, the Craps crew, the whole Palace crew, if those guys didn't come, then it would have been, wouldn't have been that a success. To me, it was a success because of everybody that, that said, yeah, I'm in. I definitely want to support, even if they can. It's just like, well, thank you, like, thanks for the invite. I wanted to make sure that, everybody on the Casino Industry Canada group was invited and had this opportunity. I tried to give enough notice, and it's just that group of people that are like, yeah, if they didn't say yes, this would have definitely sucked. And I'm just glad. I'm just glad that we have a really good group of casino industry people that can come together. And the donations. Oh my God, the donations. There's so many people that I have to thank, right? So I'm still thanking people. Like, I'm still sending messages and stuff. So yeah, absolutely. Next year will be good. All right.
Next year, I thought you were doing one next month.
Oh yeah. I was running around that whole day, and I'm like, oh my god. And it's like, Jay, what do you want to do with this? What do you want to do with this? And I'm like, I don't know. I just want to sit down. Anyways, it's good. We did it. Thank you, everyone. All right, that is our show. Anything else that we didn't cover, Michelle? Anything that we want to say? This is your episode. Anybody that we missed? Anything that?
I'm sure I missed a million people, and I'm sorry if I did. I think of you guys all the time. I really do. I have so many fond memories of everybody from that time. So it's the only thing I think I wanted to say, which I think is amazing, again, because we had Palace, and I knew Jeff and his crew from Argyle. But since when I moved to Ontario, I really realized afterwards, like, because all those other casinos opened in Edmonton, how everyone kind of works together now. Like before, like I said, we had the Palace group, but now they're intermittently mixed, and it's kind of cool to hear all that they work. And I haven't actually been to all those casinos, even though I know I'm really close to Edmonton, only being like 4 hours away. But yeah, I think that's what blew my mind most, is just hearing how there is, like, everyone's. It's cool. Like, it's very cool.
Absolutely.
Thing.
Okay. Yeah. Last question. What is the thing that you miss the most about the casino industry?
Oh, honestly, the people we worked with, right? Like, clients, not so much. You have good days, you have bad days. Hence the candy in the poker room. I still remember some of them. But yes, I think it's just the friends you made, right? Like the hours you worked together, the shared, conversations during a dead game, during a live game. Yeah, definitely the people.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I have to completely agree with you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's our show, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening, everyone on the podcast, the edited version. Thank you for the support. We definitely appreciate it. And we hope to see you on the next episode. So everyone, have a great evening. Michelle, stay on. We'll talk in a bit.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Good night.